Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this next session of derivatives webinars series that we have started to help understand people with all the basic knowledge of derivatives and then going forward how to deal into the segment. Our last two sessions, we have had we had a brief about what is derivatives and what is the segment, what do we all have in there, what are futures, what are options. Last session we started with the future segment, what is futures, and what are the key indicators we have there that helps us in understanding this segment. So going forward today we will understand two more new indicators which are also very widely used and very popular ones, which you all must have heard repeatedly, and must have gone through many a times in your daily trades if you are active into derivative segment, or if you're not also, you must have heard this many a times. Okay, I'm actually receiving lot many questions, so I would kindly ask everybody to please hold on to your queries. We will definitely have a Q&A session in the last 5 minutes or so I can definitely answer whatever I can. So last session we covered what is OI, what is rollover, and the price action in comparing with OI, clubbing it with OI, and how to read those indicators. What are short built up? What the all the stages in OI that are mainly derived when clubbed with volume and price. That is long built up, short covering, and long unwinding. And then we also saw what are rollovers, its importance, and how to read that data as well, so that you have an edge before you move into the new series. So going forward now, we will cover today two more very important indicators, PCR and wix. PCR is nothing but put call ratio, and VIX, volatility index. We have heard many times about this, and in recent couple of months, we have only been hearing about VIX. So we will have a brief idea about that as well, the levels to understand, and how to read them, and how to move ahead. So starting now, we'll see what is PCR. PCR is nothing but the put call ratio. Put call ratio is what? It is a very popular indicator in derivative segment which is designed to help individual investors to gauge the overall sentiment of the market. It can be paired against both volumes and OI, but majorly preferred with OI because this derivatives is mainly about OI, not exactly about volumes. So as OI has been one of the key indicator that we learned last time, after OI, PCR also helps us in understanding, uh, the sentiment of your trade, whether it is any stock specific or it is index. OI gives you a broad idea about how it is going to be bullish or bearish or short covering or long unwinding. If we understand what is PCR, PCR helps us in understanding, narrowing that, our broad understanding about the specifics of a trade by narrowing down to the levels. Let's say with OI, last time when we discussed, we could understand this is long build up. Let's say when we had Reliance example last time, with a 1400 put having maximum OI exposure. So that was a rough, support levels we knew. And then the trade stock was trading at 1480, 1490. Then last, if you remember, we talked about Reliance. If moving above 1525 decisively, we will swiftly see a level up to 1600 as well. So, and we saw that yesterday. Reliance opened up very high. It also went up to make day highs again and again. And as our indicators had already told us, and we discussed in our last session, we saw that Reliance was bullish as OI was high in the previous session. Price was up, volumes were also very high. So we had a very good bull run for Reliance last time. So now how does PCR helps? PCR helps us in understanding the levels of your trades to a more close ratio. Suppose if I say now that Reliance is above 1550 now, so it can well go up to 1650, 1700 levels. Support can be 1450, 1460, whatever we levels that will come across when we start understanding the levels. But PCI can also tell me, if I understand, then that where is the exactly support built up having in what levels with the resistance as well. That OI also tells us, but PCR narrows it down. So PCR is what? It is the total traded put contracts divided by total traded call contracts. So PCR is also read through the into the option chain. So this is how we need to infer. So I'll tell you, going forward, I'll again open up the option chain page and I will tell you how to read PCR. So, okay. Like we discussed, PCR is what? It is a total traded put contracts divided by total traded call contracts. So, so it is always on a ratio that comes up. Suppose the PCR of any particular stock or particular strike, what we are seeing is 0.8, which means that for every 100 call traded contracts, 80 put contracts were added. The ratio is like 100 is to 80. If 100 call contracts are added, that means up in opposite to that, 80 put contracts were added as well. So this is how we just see. And just to let you know one thing, PCR is always usually beneficial if we do it strike wise. I'll start explaining that also. So this is a brief idea about PCR. Many people must have heard Nifty PCR 1, Nifty PCR 1.2, Nifty PCR dropping to 0.7. So these are the levels. Whenever PCR is between 0.6 to 0.9, we see it's like lower side. 1.2 to 1.3, it's quite neutral. 1.3 and above, it is on the higher side. So what does this lower, neutral and higher side means also, we will start covering that in coming slides. Okay, like I said, I'll start explaining everything in detail. So PSAT is what? Like we said, total number of put contracts divided by total number of contracts, and it is always usually done with individual strike. Let's say this is the option chain for Nifty, and we want to see 9,200 PCI is what? So what we do is simply go to this. This is the put side and this is the call side. We have covered this already. So what do we do is we just go this to this level, that is 9.57 9.57 lakhs put contracts in total divided by 4.18 4 lakhs 18 contracts in call side. So the ratio would be nearly rough to 2. PCR is what? Simply divide this divided by this. So it is total put contract divided by total call contract. So in this here, 9,200 strike in option chain, we have a PCR of 2 nearly. So if we go back to a previous slide, so where are we? 2 means that on the higher side. So what happens is that when we have a strike PCR of 2, that means that it is on the higher side. And in option chain analysis, this sort of PCR in individual strike, when we see, we judge it as being a support level. As long as PCR is on the higher side of 1.5 on individual strike, it is a support. Below 1.5, it starts getting into the resistance zone. So if we, infer what is put in, if we have to infer what is put call ratio, so these are few things, few pointers that we have to discuss. Rising put call ratio reflects that there's hope of higher prices in the near future. If the PCR is on the higher side, it means that we are hoping that the price of that particular stock or indices where we have betted, we have chances that it will go up in the near future. Likewise, declining put call ratio is a sign of weakness in the market. So when we have a lower put call ratio, like we have discussed in the previous slide about the levels, so it means that it is a sign of weakness. Generally, put call ratio is always paired with volatility to have a better understanding of the market. And like I've said, it is usually monitored strike wise for better judgment. So somebody is asking me to know, how do I know that 9200 PCR is 2? I'll tell you again. See, PCR is what we have to, PCR is calculated by number of put contracts divided by the number of call contracts. So put contracts is 9.57 600 and call contracts are 4.18. So if you divide 957 600 divided by 418575, it is nearly 2. So this is how I came to understand that PCR is 2. So okay, quickly we can also go for a quick exercise here. Can anybody tell me, if I have to see 9300 strike PCR, what is it? Can anybody please tell me? 9300 PCR is what? Yes, Mr. Yogesh is answering. Yes, it is roughly 0.5, 0.6. Yes, it is declining PCR, correct. Okay, so many people have got it. I'm very thankful for that. Okay, so so this number that you have got, what does this mean? We will cover it up in the next slide. PCR, and one more thing we need to understand, that PCR, this option chain, that the page that we covered last time, how to open in NSE and how to go for each of your stock or indices. Let me tell you one thing, these are live analysis that happen. When you are into the market, you will definitely see changes happening across, all strikes here, every put side, call side, because like we said, these are open interest, and open interest is what? It is the number of active contracts that are live in the market. So you will keep getting numbers added, declining, subtraction, and additions happening. So you for it can't be that in morning 9:30, if you just log in and you see 9200 PCR is 2, so it is going to stay 2 throughout the market. No, it will keep changing. So, and how do we also understand that, and how to infer that data, will come to understand that. So like we have many people have understood how to calculate PCR. So we have to move to the next slide to understand what are the levels and what does it mean. This is the put call ratio strike presentation. If we have to understand, like we've said, like we covered last time in OI, OI tells us, where are the maximum contracts added and what is the most interested strikes happening. Like we said, open interest is what's open interest, right? Where the interest is lying for the investor. So if you see, total number of highest OI is at 9,000. That means 9,000 put is very, very, is a big interest for the investors. So likewise in call also, if I see 9,500 is being the most active, having the highest active contracts there. That means that 9,500 is on the highest side, on the call side, is of big interest to traders, and with 9,000 put and the strike is being of big interest to the investors. So if we have to understand the range for the market for the session, we would say that between 9,000 to 9,500 probably we would be having a range. But if this is the scenario, let's say at 9:30 in the morning, and you just find out the range and you just think that this is the range and it is going to stay this way for the market, so it is not, it will keep changing. But yes, overall you definitely get an edge that the range play. So now, how does PCR add to this, and how is it beneficial? So when we do strike wise PCR analysis, we can understand where is the strong support and where is the strong resistance. We have got a bigger range between 9,000 to 9,500. So, but will that help? Let's say Nifty is trading at only 9,200, 250, 280, like 20, 30 points only. So how will it help you anyways? It can't, because you don't know the exact levels now. You just know the broader range. So PCR now guides you in letting you know the range more closely. So if any strike, and we calculate PCR and it is above 1.5, it is a strong support zone. Like we calculate around 9,200, it was 2. So, 9,200 could be a very strong support for the index and at that particular moment, for a brief period, maybe an hour or two or something. So, if we calculate only OI, we see 9,000 is the support. But if we calculate PCR and we see that 9,200 is 2, that means that 9,200 is support on immediate basis. So that is how we narrow the range. So when strike price PCR OI is above 1.5, it is very strong. Below 0.6, it is a resistance. So if Nifty, like we calculated Nifty 9,300 PCR OI was 0.6 US, many people wrote 0.5 roughly to that level. So that means it was a resistance. And if we need to understand last session, we saw Nifty facing so much of resistance at 9,300, 350 zones, and then coming down to 9190, 9,200. So now if you can understand, then you must have you must have noticed now, if you remember, then we were in that 100-point zone for a very very long time. So because PCR was the key indicator letting us know that this is the range on immediate basis that Nifty is going to play. So this is also one very key understanding of any investor who is always live in the market for complete 6 hours, and I know is usually a trader. It's not an investor. So PCR is very helpful for intraday trades. It makes you understand where you have to find the support and where you are going to find the resistance. So this is again one very key indicator that we understand. So if, and let's say we are calculating PCR and it was like now 9,300 PCR, OI was 0.6, and if you see after a while that it is moving towards 1, or it is rising, that means what happens, the stock or that particular trade of yours is gaining strength, and we might see a very strong upside going forward. So you can understand and you can go on the long side, if you are trading. So, and how do you calculate, how will you know that PCR is shifting upside or not? For that, it is a very tedious job, and for that, actually we from the research desk, we do that, we monitor that. One has to calculate, regularly keep a tab. If you're, let's say you're doing Reliance, okay, Reliance 1400 40 strike is 2, and 40 1520 strike was 1, let's say. And you, if you were to invest in Reliance for the day, then it should be like, if you are dealing with option chain, you have to watch 1440 strike, 1440 60 strikes, calculate the PCRs and at regular intervals, let's say like an hour or two, to understand whether it is rising or it is falling, to understand whether the movement is going to be upside or downside. So like we calculated, if movement is sharply from 0.6 to 1, then we see an upside. Likewise, if the movement is falling down, let's say from 1.5 to 1 and below, that means profit booking scenario is that, and then some downside movement is expected. So let me make a brief clear again. Uh, if you want to understand PCR, and and if you are an intraday trader particularly, this one indicator in derivatives helps you a lot, because your range for your trade getting narrowed. You have a narrow range to focus. And live market, if you keep on understanding and monitoring your PCR, then you can always know where is the movement going to happen intraday as well. So it gives you a very strong chance to maximize your profits, or if you are stuck in some position that is not favoring you, to understand where you have to step out of your trades as well. So it is basically a very very useful tool for any intraday trader. So okay, I will have again a very quick exercise. Let me ask, let's say if Nifty is above, sorry, if strike price PCR is above 1.5, can anybody tell me whether it is strong or it is weak? Correct, strong. And if it is falling from 1.5 to 1, whether it is a weak sentiment or a strong sentiment? Correct, Mr. Vajra. Yes, Mr. Rakesh, Kuldeep ji, yes, everybody is okay. So we have gotten a brief understanding, as to what is PCR and how does it help. Again, I'm telling you, it is a very important tool uh, to understand the intraday trades of yours. It helps us to understand where is the support built up happening and where is the resistance likely to go ahead. Okay, if any questions on PCR, anybody just want to ask, so I can just brush it up again. Okay, sure. We will, of course, take all the questions again once we are done with the session. Now, going ahead, we've understood this chart. We have understood these parameters. Now, going ahead, we need to understand what is VIX. VIX is something that I'm very sure all of us, in this coming last couple of months, last we have heard this many times. VIX, India VIX, VIX and all. So VIX is what actually? VIX is basically uh, a fear measurement. VIX is nothing but a calculation of the uncertainty that is floating in the market. So it usually gauged as a fear sentiment, and VIX plays a very important role, to make everybody, to give a reflection to everybody where in coming sessions, we are heading. That's why VIX is also considered as a, reflection of the market sentiment, because it gives you an edge also way before, your economy does, or your, any other uh, any other parameter that comes into play into the market. Before that, VIX reacts, and VIX helps you understand, where we are heading. VIX also has many number of parameters that we will again cover in the next slide to understand again those levels of VIX as well. So one must remember that, it is supposed to be a leading indicator. It is not an indicator that is going to show you on the live market. Gives you VIX helps you having an edge way before, market reacts. You are well prepared if you know how to uh, read VIX and understand its implications. Let's say I'll give an example. In March, when we started with this corona fear, and in Jan, when we were Nifty was at all-time highs of around 12,100, 200, 400. VIX was rising gradually. It was coming up from, it was trading at around 13, 14 levels then it started moving up to 18, 20, 22. This levels we were starting to touch. But Nifty wasn't falling that bad. But, if anybody understands what is VIX and what are the implications of those levels, uh, we saw market collapsing like anything in March. In February onwards, we started seeing, Nifty collapsing. So how does VIX play? The higher the VIX goes, the lower the market goes. It is always indirectly proportional to the market, because it is the fear sentiment. If there's fear, there's uncertainty in the market, then definitely there is selling pressures and you expect the market to come down. So it's always, against the movement. If VIX is high, market usually goes down. So, like we've discussed, it gives us a head up about the sentiment of the market and hence the movement going forward, but not on immediate basis. It is a leading indicator. So VIX is again a very important indicator followed worldwide, whether derivatives, whether technicals, whether fundamentals. VIX is one indicator everyone follows and keeps a watch at whenever there is something happening in the market which is not in our control. Let's say now we have this corona issues, at times we have election issues, then we have some other event coming up. So in those cases, what happens? VIX spikes up and down, and you usually have the sentiment with you ready to understand where are you heading. So how do we infer that? Like we discussed, sentiment, usually plays a very big role in decision making for the stock market. Hence, it is always a good idea to keep a watch at the VIX, because it is market is all about sentiments as well. If you're strong, if you have a strong sentiment about Reliance today, So that means that you are bullish, and because you have that sentiment, so that you are investing and you are expecting that stock to go up. Let's say you are not confident about Nifty or Bank Nifty now, and the sentiment is weak, then what usually a trader do? They start selling. So this is how the sentiment plays. The sentiment is a very direct indicator to VIX, and it is how it reflects on our market sentiment and conditions. So traders generally what they do is they sell high volatility and buy cheap volatility, because when VIX rises, option premiums that we have discussed in our first session, what are premiums, what is option premiums, they rise as well, because option premiums are very very directly proportional to the VIX. The more the VIX is high, the premiums get very high, because there is uncertainty, and when there's uncertainty, then people panic, and there's some chaos in the market, and that rises to all disbalance in every every stock prices to every option premium. You see very very bad swings, volatile swings, sorry, not bad but volatile swings in your market. So that ends up making the option premiums also go up, both on the call side and the put side. So this is where VIX plays. VIX is very very important when you are dealing with option trading. So when VIX is high, usually we sell option premiums, because premiums are very very high, and that is how we deal with. And we usually go short on our trades. If we are on index, we usually short. If we are on any stocks also, usually because the market sentiment goes weak if VIX is high, so usually people tend to shift, they wind up their long positions or enter into short trades, and vice versa. If VIX is low, we are bullish on this market sentiment, and we start buying, buying trades. And to mention, VIX plays, like I've discussed, a very important role in options. So there are many option strategies that are pure volatile trades, particularly like strategy like short strangles, which we will cover all the strategies in our coming webinar sessions, not for today. So VIX, just to sum it up again, VIX is what? It is a fear measurement. It is calculated as the uncertainty, that is floating in the market. It is a leading indicator that helps you understand where the market is going to go in coming days. If there is some event happening, or some things happening which are out of your regular routine of the market, like in today's scenario, it is coronavirus. So, and inferences is what? Generally VIX is always indirectly proportional to the market. That means VIX and market, they move into opposite directions. VIX rises, market goes down. If VIX is low, then market is bullish and it is stable and it may go up. And when VIX is high, the main thing benefit is what? We get very high option premiums. So there are many strategies, who people who actually deal in option trading the most, they benefit. So we will now again come to this. So these are the VIX parameter, like PCR has some range, OI has some range, likewise VIX also has some range. So what do we see? VIX, from between 11 to 14, it is a safe zone. If the VIX ratio is between 11 to 14, then it we consider it as a neutral levels. You don't have to panic. There's nothing happening in the market is behaving as per normal routine, daily trades up and down, whatever. There's no event that is coming near up and that is causing market to fluctuate. Between 14 to 18, if the VIX rises, it becomes into the speculative zone, which means that there is something happening, some speculation is going on, or maybe some event is coming up, which is why the VIX is rising. So we are not sure whether the market is going to react or not. So that is where we end up into the speculative zone. Above 18, it is a completely negative zone. That means that the index fear, VIX is very high and the market is very very volatile now, and the sentiment is very volatile, maybe negative. Some fear is there. So that means that VIX, when it is above 18, it is a time when we should be ready to see very very quick and swift actions coming forward in the sessions. So quickly about VIX. 11 to 14, it is safe zone. 14 to 18, it is speculative zone. Above 18, negative zone. So if we look at this current scenario for the past 2 months, then many of you must be wondering that if these are the level between 11 to 18 we are discussing, then VIX was around 80 in coming a few days back. Now also above 40, and it's hovering on the highest side. So what happens here? So VIX actually, we also saw the spike up to 80 levels, which was unimaginable because of this coronavirus, this pandemic event that has landed us all into the scenario. So VIX was rising way, way high. And if you see, must have noticed in the last 2, 3 months, we have seen index movement, market movement like crazy. We have seen market moving up 400, 500 points in a day. Nifty, which is very unusual, Nifty moving 150, 200 points in any major event is likely. But now 400, 500 points, bank Nifty moving 2000 points up and down. We have seen many times these days. We are opening of 500, 600 points down, bank nifty gap down, opening of 1500 points. So these are all happening because of high VIX. So VIX tends to show you very, very volatile movement, so which is what is happening. And if anybody is already active in options, they must have seen that option premiums are so expensive, whether put side, whether call side. It's because all because of VIX. So this is how VIX plays into. So as long as VIX is below 18, we'll always have high premiums, and this negative, I mean this fear and this uncertainty in this market will continue. We are still at 40 levels, so we are not nowhere near to the general range of VIX that we have been following for years, between 11 to 18. So that is one thing we need to understand in coming sessions, where is VIX playing. Of course, we have also come down from 80 to 40. And if you have noticed, then in coming 1 month or so, we have also sort of started stabilizing in the market. We saw Nifty making lows of 7,500 when VIX was around 80. When VIX started coming down to 65, 60 levels, we have seen market recovering from 7,500 zones to now 9,500, 9,800 zones as well. So like I said, it is indirectly proportional. When Nifty is down, market goes up. Sorry, when VIX is down, market goes up. When VIX is high, market goes down. So if we have to conclude, our PCR and VIX session today, and we need to understand what are, any actionable ideas that one can take when dealing with PCR and VIX. So let's say when I have tried to sum up a short, range for everybody to understand, to know what can be the actionable idea. So let's say if PCR is positive between 1 to 1.6 and VIX is below 15 and above 11. If you remember the levels for, safe zone for VIX is between 11 to 14. So I have taken like below 15 and above 11. So outlook is what? It is long built up. I mean, everything is normal and Nifty is behaving, sentiment is positive and Nifty can see long side from now. So in that case, what do? We enter into bullish strategies, like we can go long on index, our stocks, we can go, for complete naked call options buy, or you can also have many strategies that are on the bullish side in options also. We can do that. And if PCR OI is negative, that is below 1 and above 0.7, and VIX is rising, let's say above 15 to 19 zones now, between, sorry, then outlook is what? It is short built up. And what strategy one should do is we should enter into the bearish strategies, like sell our stocks or sell our index, or go into like buying puts, or any sort of bearish strategies that we have many. Any of the bearish strategy we can practice. So let's say if Nifty PCR is negative completely, that is below 0.7 below, and VIX is also rising above 20. So this means what? In this scenario, it is that market or your stock is completely on the oversold zone. And when we are into oversold zone, the contrarian view is what? We usually practice moderate bullish strategies, like we can go for a short upside from that. So what happens, we usually go for a short buying, which is also the short covering thing, but that we talk about, or practice some bullish strategies which are moderate, like bull call spreads, ratio spreads strategies and options. And let's say PCR OI is positive, which is above 1.6, and VIX is also falling, which is below 11. That means the market is on the overbought zone. That means, people have been overly bullish, and, everybody has been too long. So in this case, what happens, market seems to correct a bit. In this case, we should go for moderately bearish strategies, maybe bear spreads, ratio spreads, again, selling short-term index or your stocks. This is again the contrarian view. So usually this is what I have tried to sum up, whatever in session we had today. So again, I will try to just remind. So when PCR is positive, between 1 to 1.6 in that positive range, and VIX is below 15 but above 11, the normal range, outlook is what? It is long. We are bullish. So PCR, if it is below 1 but above 0.7, and VIX is rising but still between 15 to 19, it is short built up. That means we can be on the bearish side. If PCR OI is negative, that is below 0.7, and VIX is rising, let's say above 20, like they've said, VIX above 20 is above 18 is a very strict, volatile movement we can expect. So it is on the highest side. So that means that outlook is oversold, and we need to practice moderate bullish strategies. And likewise, if PCR OI is above 1.6, which is very, very positive, and VIX is falling also below 11, which is very negative, so we are into the overbought zone. That means that we need to practice moderately bearish strategies. So quickly, I will again have a rough exercise here. Can anybody tell me if, let's say, VIX is above 1.6, and we have this PCR OI is above 1.6, and VIX is below, our normal range of maybe 11 to 12. So what should be, our immediate action? No, sir. Yeah, not bullish, not bullish. Gemins are not bullish. It is moderately bearish. Yes, Mr. Hemant, it is right. Mr. Correct. It is moderately bearish because we are into the oversold zone. PCR OI is above 1.6, which is very positive, and VIX is, below your normal levels. That means the market has entered into the oversold zone. People have been too bullish on everything. Now there will be some profit booking, and we will see some correction happening. So it is, yes, moderately bearish. So likewise, if we say that, PCR is between 1 to 1.5 or 1.6, and VIX is also at the normal range. So what is our outlook? Yes, Mr. Hemant Jain, bullish. Correct, Mr. Saurav ji, Bajra ji, Mayur ji. Yes, everybody is right. It is bullish. Thank you so much. That means that, we are clear on the action when it is pertaining to PCR and VIX. So I'm very sure that people must have understood how to practice, and read PCR with VIX. So, okay. So from here, we conclude our sessions. We know this is where all our calls are flashed from PL derivatives desk like Odin, Telegram, WhatsApp group, email, mobile app. Whenever there is PL derivatives, so it is our call from my desk. And if you want to reach me, you can always reach me here. This is the contact details. So we can start with our question and answer. If anybody, please go ahead and ask me what sort of what questions we have. Okay, how can PCR 1.6 be? Sorry, ma'am, can we isolate VIX and PCR? No, sir. When you are an intraday trader, you need to understand that these indicators. It is very, very important. At So what about market on Monday by seeing all those parameters? So like we have discussed, that market is still into this range of 9,000 to 9,500. We have seen that option chain for Nifty only. We need to understand where we are opening. If we are opening on the higher side, we need to sell. And if we are opening on the lower side, we need to buy. Okay, somebody, Mr. Vinay Madani is asking, all these readings have to be obtained manually, or is there some software? Sir, actually, this is what we do at the research desk. Sir, it is a tedious job, like I've told you. Yes, there are so many things that we need to consider before giving a call or having a direction. So definitely, you need help with the research team. But yes, you know where to get in touch with us. Let us know for any sort of query you have. We'll try and help you. E Okay, can we sell in FNO and then buy? Yes, sir. You can definitely, if you want, if you're sold and if you see that if your trades are not going in your favor, definitely you can square off your position and then enter likewise. Somebody is asking, can we have PCR and VIX for particular stock? No, sir. VIX is overall sentiment. It is not for particular stock. PCR, yes, you can have strike price PCR for your favorite trades. Somebody is asking, where can we get OI data faster updated in NSE? Sir, NSE is the master what data source for everybody. That is where we see the live trades and live data happening. So there's no change in that. Now Mr. Virapalli is asking, now what is the stand of market, bullish or bearish? Sir, still we are range bound actually, not bearish, not bullish. We are range bound because we are moving in that range for the past 1 week. So either we break above 9,500 to touch 9,800 to 9,900 levels, or we break below 9,000 and we touch 8,800. Okay, any more questions? Ma'am, what are bullish or bearish trades? What you said to do in contrarian view. So the strategies, bullish strategies and bearish strategies is what I discussed. There are many strategies, in this scenario that one has to practice. We will also cover that. We have a session on strategy specifically. Kindly attend that, and you can be aware of the total strategy number of strategies that usually people practice. We'll try and cover popular ones. The PCR indicator in chart, Mr. Jay is asking, no, you can't have a PCR indicator in chart. Like I said, if you are a day trader and you are following any of your particular trades and you want to actually understand PCR, then you have to manually understand and keep a watch on that particular stock, your levels, to understand whether you are approaching the support levels or the resistance level. Mr. J is asking, can VIX give a false indication? No, sir. So, like we have said, so VIX is what it is. It is completely a fear sentiment, uncertainty, parameter. So, if there is something happening in the, outside the market that is impacting us, and it is not in a control, so that is how VIX rises and goes down. So, it is definitely directly proportional to what is happening in the event. So it's usually not a false indicator. Yes, you can get this recording. It is you can you can again see these recordings once in YouTube. It will be uploaded soon. PCR levels, Mr. Sirimaha is asking again. Okay, sir. So PCR is between 1 to 1.6. It is usually a normal range. Below 1 to 0.7, it is a speculative zone. Below 0.7, we are, on the oversold zone. Above 1.6, we are on the overbought zone. Okay, Mr. Bharat Singhal is asking, what is meant by selling option premium and high VIX case? So like I've said, when VIX is high, option premiums also rise. So there are certain strategies that involve in selling of options. Like I've said, I'll cover in our coming sessions. So when VIX is high, option traders, option segment traders, they are into various strategies which involve selling of options, because when you sell an option, you don't have to pay the premium. Whatever premium is there calculated, you get as a credit to your account, but that is also the maximum profit you get. If it goes vice versa and it doesn't go in your favor, then you end up making huge loss, unlimited loss. So we have a session about option buying and option selling in coming sessions. So you will understand why buying is preferable or why selling is preferable in what scenarios. Okay, so I think this session was again also fruitful, and it was complicated, but it's a very important indicator that we discussed. And I hope that everybody found this session useful again. And if yes, please join us again in our coming session, which is again about options, this option chain understanding, particularly that the page that I keep showing you, that I'll keep just inferring those data in the coming session so that it is helpful and it is more clear to understand. So thank you, and you know where to reach us. We have our email ID, we have our direct numbers here. So thank you so much. Have a good day.